Good afternoon, Master Tanaka. Good afternoon. I am Master Jesus, and I come here with a great pleasure for this dialogue of ours. I will always say orientations should be brought to all beings. We observe that there are energetic emanations that occur from this house, which I will tell Master occur in a sequential manner. There is a cadence of frequencies that is already present here, and it causes these energies. They vibrate to vibrate in a more and more expansive way so that it reaches all beings that are open to it. It is not necessary for many times that these beings who are receiving these energetic expansions are aware of the presence of the house, but it is necessary that they are in a high energetic level because we have always said that there is a frequency that brings an equilibrium, a balance to all human beings. As much as this balance it has been forgotten through this collective consciousness that prior to this new age, but there has always been a balance. And this balance is what brings, I will say, the benefits to all human beings. Because even in this new age, where there is this energy present on planet Earth, this high energy of the Absolute, many are the beings who have not yet reached equilibrium. So, through these sequences of frequencies that are continuously emanated by this house, many are the beings that do reach this level of equilibrium. And how does this happen? I'll tell Master that there is a way which is favored by this event. I will put it this way, which you know today as the internet. There is a benefit through this means of communication because the normal means of communication like TV, radio, I say, are no longer within our work. But this means of communication that you know today as the internet works in a very interesting way, Master, because within this internet there are many channels, as you know here, of high vibrations, but there are also channels of low vibrations. But what happens? When this house began to amplify its mode of action, what happened? It began to emit frequencies in a sequential manner. And this sequence, I will tell Master, it would be like energetic levels. They are energetic expansions. They are like a first wave, a second wave, and a third wave, like this. And what happened? This first wave, it finds a resonance and some channels in this means of communication called the internet. And these channels resonate with the energy of the house and conduct this energy to everyone who access these channels. Then there is the second frequency. The same thing occur. The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, so on, in a sequential way. So today our work uses this means of communication known as the internet in a very present way, Master. Not only through the channel here in the house, the channel that you are conducting, but through resonances with various channels that are indeed acting in this internet. That is why we say that this means of communication it works as if it was, I would say, a frequency reflector because it resonates with the house and expands these frequencies to all beings. That is why more and more beings are reached by our work, because there is the presence of the dense energy of these beings that are driving these channels. Then the master begins to observe that these beings who are conducting these channels, they also begin to function as antennas. and this brings a much greater reach to our work. That is why you observe that this internet will evolve more and more. Because what will be the main objective of this means of communication? To take God's energy to all beings. Even channels that don't have the slightest, you say, don't bring this knowledge through words because they may be talking about totally different subject of spirituality, but their energetic level is high because there is within these beings who lead into these channels a true intention to lead good to all the beings with whom they are communicating to. So, it is this high intention that carries the energy of God. That is why many times you think that only channels that talk about spirituality carry God's energy. But I will tell you, in this new age, it is total mistake because there are many channels that talk about totally different subjects than spirituality. They don't talk specifically about spiritual subjects, but they carry God's energy. That's why we are increasingly reaching different niches of consciousness because there are many niches that were once totally closer to spiritual consciousness. And in this new age, through this form of conducting energy, these niches do begin to open up. They begin to absorb the consciousness of God. And even if they are not consciously receiving this spiritual knowledge, their being, their divine presence, does resonate with this frequency. And the action of the divine I am presence in each being becomes more and more significant. Because these beings who often refuse, I will put in this way, spiritual knowledge because they're connected to spiritual knowledge, religious doctrines. That's why they refuse. They will absorb God's energy through the other means, and they will realize that when there is true spiritual knowledge, it's not connected to any religion's doctrines, it is only connected to God's truth. These beings will become energetic conductors because as we reach different niches of consciousness, the work becomes much broader. That is why it was indicated to the Master that this expansion of consciousness is getting faster and faster. This process establishing this new energy in planet Earth is indeed very accelerated. But this was a way we found to take this energy of God. So, this energy of God, which is the true essence of all beings, can be conducted in a much broader way. And I would even say to the Master, in a much more effective way, because this is a path that will not encounter barriers, prejudices from many beings. Then, as this prejudice factor will be mitigated, our work, Master, becomes much more effective. So, what do I bring to the Master today? Let you be observant how these frequencies they come to act, how these frequencies are motivating the Earth's electromagnetic field. And all the human beings who allow themselves, we will receive these frequencies. That is why I advise the Master to advise everybody who is following his teachings, that they are also eliminate prejudices from within themselves. Because many still carry a concept that beings that don't open up, I will put it in this way, for our words, these beings will not be able to reach the necessary energetic level. So, let them also free themselves from this limiting concept and begin to work within a much broader intelligence that understands that each being, within its own form, can indeed reach the desired energetic level. So that totally eliminate judgment, criticism, and friction from their lives. Do you want some clarification, Master? No, it's very clear. The important thing is to practice it, isn't it? Yes, yes, Master. As always, the Master yourself emphasize. The necessary, the important, the indispensable is practiced. So, with much love, with much respect, I say goodbye. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.